Everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last time we finished off the level 5 Carpenter quest. Meaning we are about halfway through our beginnings of learning how to be a carpenter. And let me tell you, in preparing for the next Carpenter episode, I had to do a lot of grinding off screen. I needed 63 ash logs, and then a whole bunch of other stuff on top of that, so I had a bit of a time. It wasn't too bad, it was just a few minutes, honestly. Today, we are doing more side quests as it is a Sunday episode as usual, as happens every week. And our focus for this Sunday episode is going to be on the North Shroud. I believe we can clear out all of the side quests available up here today, so let's get started. First off, we're going to climb up this hill to find Polemont. Polemont, a guard at Etat's Spire, seeks a diligent adventurer to scrub clean a pair of begrimed road signs. You've come to lend a hand, have you? Well then, you're welcome to a task from my seemingly never-ending list. I'll need you to head west along the road and scrub down 2 of the Malmstones. I swear by Nafika, those signs accumulate dirt and grime with almost unnatural haste. Speak with Kajanwa. Oh no, that's too many consonants for me. Kajawana at Tree Speak Stables once you've seen to them. She'll be glad to hear the Malmstones are clean. At least for the next 3 bells at least. Alright, we've got some dirty road signs to clean. Fair enough, travelers need to be able to read where they're going at a glance. Especially at a glance out in this wilderness where monsters can attack at a notice. And they need to know where safety is. Yeah, you go, Wood Whaler Sentry, you beat up that ladybug. Alright, we are playing as Arcanist today. Could also equivalently play as Marauder, but Arcanist has a lower item level, so I'm hoping, I know it's not going to happen, but I'm vainly hoping that somehow we'll find some equipment today that will upgrade our Arcanist a little bit. I know it won't happen. These are beginner quests. These are way lower than level 20. But, a girl can hope. Alright, Dusty Balmstone, you need to be cleaned as well. And I believe these are all technically readable. They're in Eorzean script, but they do say Tree Speak Stables. This one points to Hearsmill. And this one points to, oh, I can read that, Fallgourd Float. That one's almost too readable. Alright, well, we got the signs cleared out, so let's head back and report to Kajawana. And we are going to have a bunch of quests over in this area, I can tell. That's exciting. We're gonna have plenty to do. What's that? You've been cleaning Balmstones? Wait, thank you. With all the chores that need doing around here, I was afraid they would be left to get even filthier. It's not just that they're an eyesore, by the way. In that state, the creatures around here want to lay their eggs on them. That is also a problem. As to why, well, I can only assume their preferred nesting trees are in short supply these days. Be that as it may, we can't have monsters hatching from roadside signs. These paths are dangerous enough as it is. Perhaps a sprinkling of sting brew would keep the beasts away. Maybe. And I can see you have a quest for me? Perhaps to make sting brew? Kajawana at Tree Speak Stables needs someone to slay Opos and recover property stolen from Hearsmill. Did you hear about Demeta of Hearsmill? Apparently Opos crept into her stores and made off with her Moontui beans. Ordinarily, Opos wouldn't go near them, what with their foul odor and even fouler taste, but food has become scarce of late. Truth be told, a good many of us are glad to be rid of the stench. Still, I can't stand to see Demeta so dispirited. Would you track down those thieving Opos and recover the Moontui beans? I'm told 6 bags were taken all told. Demeta is well respected by all the women of Hearsmill, so it would do you well to earn her favor. So be polite, smile, and don't interrupt if she goes off on one of her tangents. Hearsmill lies just to the north of here. You'll like to run into Opos on the way? With luck, you may even encounter the bean thieves themselves. Alright then, looks like this next quest is going to take us to Hearsmill, so bye, Treespeak Stables. We'll be back soon, I promise. Alright, we've got plenty of Opos around here to hunt. Let's see which of you stole the beans. Okay, screw off, Midge Swarm. Alright, these Opos go down real easy. That's convenient. One hit each. Alright, go for it, Carbuncle. Wait, that's a Midge Swarm. Oh well. Alright, well somehow, miraculously, the first 6 Opos I fought somehow had the Moon Tui beans. I'm sure that wasn't programmed in to make this more convenient or anything. Alright, let's hike up the path to Hearsmill. Oh, I love North Shroud. It is just a very, very pretty little forest area. With some horrifying carnivorous plants, but we'll leave that be for now. Alright, as we come into Hearsmill, we have a Chocobo Keep to speak to. Get you on my list. And looks like Demeta is over here. I suppose there's nothing to be done. What's that, young lady? You have something for me? I do. I have your Moon Tui beans. My missing bag of Moon Tui beans. But how? You didn't track down those wretched Opos, did you? I'd all but given up hope before you arrived, but with these beans, I can make enough Moon Tui tonic for everyone in Hearsmill. As long as I have enough Microchew leaflets to flavor it, there should be no complaints. Speaking of which, my son drank unflavored Moon Tui tonic the other day. One of his friends challenged him to do it, he said, and you know what? He drank the whole cup in one great gulp without making so much as a face. Okay, I'm getting the vibe here that he kind of drank it in one big gulp so he wouldn't have to taste it. Oh, he grows stronger and braver by the day. Nay, the very hour. Either that or my secret recipe is rather more delicious than I imagined. Now that I think about it, a good many people have described the taste as unforgettable. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Alright, well we got food out of that, which reminds me we should probably be eating food. Let's see, what do we want to eat today? We want something that's good for casters. Here, let's eat some raisins. Those increase our spell speed. And Demeta, what do you have next for us? Demeta needs someone to gather Microchew leaflets for her cooking. Oh dear, if I'm to make this much Moon Tui tonic, I'll need far more Microchew leaflets. Young lady, would you be so kind as to fetch me 4 leaflets from the Microchews outside the hamlet? I'm whipping up a fresh batch of Moon Tui tonic, you see. Oh, it's a lovely drink, absolutely bursting with nutrients and goodness. I'll have you know I always drink at least 1 cup a day. Alas, few people share my passion for healthy living. Truth be told, most won't touch the stuff. Not unless you add Microchew leaflets anyway. Apparently the taste and smell are too distracting or some such nonsense. Oh, but listen to me prattling on like an Ishgardian priest. I shall stop talking and start stirring. Well, don't just stand there, dear. Run along and fetch me those leaves. This batch will be ready soon, and it'd be such a shame if no one could drink it but me. I'm not sure I like this lady too much. She seems a little bit self-absorbed in her own, healthy habits. Okay, honestly, what she reminds me of is she reminds me of people who fall for those pyramid scams. Though she's not running a pyramid scheme, so that's probably not the most appropriate comparison, but that's kind of the vibe I get from her. Or maybe just generic white suburban housewife who has too much time on her hands. God, there are some people have indeed too much time on their hands. No, soccer mom, that's what I'm thinking of. God, brain no worky today. Well, this morning. So it's 8 a.m. You'd think I'd be more awake by now. Alright, well, we got our Microchew leaflets from the Microchew, so let's go ahead and report back to Demeta. Ah, you're back. Did you manage to find the Microchew leaflets I asked for? I did indeed. Yeah, let's see. Yes, that's 4 alright. Ah, such a lovely sense. Now, you gathered only the 4 I asked for and not one more, yes? Oh, I know I shouldn't have to ask, but these days more and more people forget to take only what they need. If we're to live in harmony with the wood, we must respect life and remember what it means to take it. Now that I can agree with. Never be wasteful, know the value of life and know the value of our time here in this world. That's why I always live my life to the fullest, wasting nary a moment and nary a word. Nay, not so much as a single one. You waste not a single word? Remember, if you mean to remain within the 12's wood, you must ever be mindful to show respect and gratitude to the forest and to the elementals. You know, you remind me of my son. He's a good boy, but sometimes forgets what it means to be Gordanian. Why, just the other day, I caught him and his friends throwing moon tui beans at each other. Needless to say, I was terribly cross. Who wouldn't be? And all set to give them a memorable scolding when I noticed they were playing in teams, and that my son was leading the winners. Oh, I know I shouldn't have been proud, but when I saw the way he marshaled his troops, by which I mean his friends, it was so clear to me that he was a born leader. Oh, where was I? Oh, yes! You see, later that day I was cooking dinner and he, quite without prompting, offered to wash the vegetables. He's such a good boy, you know. Please, stop! Oh my god, she is a soccer mom! Alright, let's grab the bronze piece. And I'm actually going to go ahead and save the rest of the quest in Hearsmill just for a little bit. There's technically 3 more quests here, but I want to go take care of the ones down in Tree Speak right now. Because, to be honest, the remaining quest in Hearsmill would actually be the perfect way to end the episode. Wow, we do have a lot of oh, okay, thank goodness. Quite a few of them are for much later in the game. Got it. But we do have a few left. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. I know there's another one in Hearsmill that's not listed yet. So that's 5, and then there's probably a couple more that's going to unlock up at Tree Speak Stables as we progress up here. So maybe 7 more quests. Not too bad. Though this episode might actually end up being a tad on the longer side as a result. Alright, Bodewine! You have work for me to do. Bodewine is looking for an adventure to help with a pest problem. If you got a mind to make yourself useful, why don't you cull some Mitlins for us? We train a lot of chocobos here, see, and the young'uns go wild when they get a sniff of a Mitlin. Some even throw their bloomin' riders. Let me tell you, it ain't easy training a chocobo when she drops you on your head every time she sees a shadow. We've been getting nowhere with the birds if you could rid us of a few Mitlins, would be in your debt. Alright, we're going on a Mitling hunt. Don't worry, chocobos, I will slay your mortal enemy of tiny bugs. Okay, they're actually quite big bugs, so I probably shouldn't tease the chocobos. Alright, Mitlings, let's get to work. Oh, this will be easy. That won't be easy. Hi, tree ants! Why, no, I would not like to fight you today, but if you're going to fight me... Alright, 3 to go. And that's all of them. Perfect. Alright, Ladybugs, let's get rid of you. Since you decided that you want to fight, this is entirely on you. Alright, excellent. Back up to the stables. You know what? Instead of going down the main road, let's head up here. Take the back entrance. Thank you for the help. We can finally get back to training with the young birds. Chocobos are skittish by nature, see, and training them takes a deal of patience. It don't make the task any easier that soldiers and adventurers tend to ride them towards danger rather than away from it. Any road, we're grateful for the help. Here's a small token of our gratitude. Alright, well, it's some money at least. Alright, what do you got next for us, Bodewine? Bodewine is seeking an adventurer to make a delivery. We haven't forgotten how you helped us out with them Mightlands. Speaking of which, if you got a bit of time to spare, could I trouble you to gather some aphids? You can find them living in the tangled undergrowth near Blessed Bud, but don't be surprised if your presence attracts a starving ladybug or two. They're rather fond of the wee Vilekin, you see? When you've gathered the aphids, deliver them to Captain Guthrit over at Etat's Spire, and tell him Treespeak Stables sends its regards. Alright, we are hunting aphids. I wonder what this is going to be used for. Actually, I feel like it was mentioned already. But that was about 14 or so minutes ago, so I don't remember. Alright, let's go ahead and harvest some aphids. And hello there, Ladybug. No, let's not do this today, actually. Alright, there we go. Now we can grab those aphids. And let's go make our delivery. Are the bugs invading? You have fun there, Wood Whaler Sentry. I'm sure those level 3s will give you a whole bunch of trouble. Seriously, I just walked by and there's suddenly a ton of ladybugs rushing the gates. Wonder what that was about. Alright, Guthrit, I bring you aphids. What's that? You have something for me. I do indeed. Ah, aphids from Bodewine. This is indeed a blessing. What use have we for aphids, you ask? Why, they're oil, of course. There's not better for maintaining our weapons. Were it not for your timely delivery, I would have been forced to send a sentry to replenish our dwindling supplies. I'll have to thank Bodewine personally, and thanks to you as well, friend. Alright. Alright, so it's not for what I thought it was for. But at the very least, our weapons will be in tip-top shape. What do you got for us, Guthrit? Guthrit wishes to enlist the services of an adventurer in the fight against the Ixal. Ah, Satora, just the person. Your efforts on behalf of Treespeak Stables mark you out as a genuine talent. If you have confidence in your battlecraft, mayhap you would agree to help us in our fight against the Ixal. According to reports, Ixali scouts have been sighted by the river, due west of here. Though that area is uninhabited, it borders Treespeak Stables and Blessed Bud. We mean to drive them off before they can threaten our people. If several of their scouting parties were to be summarily dispatched, they might give their leaders cause to doubt the wisdom of their plan. Slay 2 Ixali Dull Talons, 2 Ixali Lost Wings, and 2 Ixali Slowbeaks. Show them the price they must pay for setting foot in our territory. Alright, I guess we're going to go just chase off some Ixal. I've heard quite a bit about them so far. We've heard quite a bit about them so far. So let's go see what they're like. The Ixali den around here is going to be just down in this little clearing. And they are kind of bird lizard people without wings? Alright, well, let's get to work. Get off of me, Mightling! Well, this is going to be an absolutely trivial fight. Down go the Ixal. Alright, looks like we actually took care of everything we needed to. Get rid of this Mightling and let's go report back. I return, Guthritz. It was bloody work, but it had to be done. Your service to Gridania will not be forgotten. Thanks to you, we now have time to plot our next move. We can muster our forces and take the battle to the Birdmen, or consolidate our defenses before they return. I must needs consult with the Commandeer. Or Commander. Misread that one bad. Alright. Looks like we are clear at Etat Spire. And we have just a few more quests on our list that are around our level. Though it looks like there's a few high-level ones that are opening up in response to what we're working on, so that's lovely. We'll take care of that another time. Alright, Vion, you have work for me. Vion is searching for an adventurer to deliver an item. If you want for work, I have need of an adventurer willing to dirty her hands. No, I speak not of dark deeds. I mean only to have you deliver something. I myself would not dare venture deep into the Twelves Wood, but you seem more than capable of defending yourself. My colleague, Gillian, will furnish you with the item in question and provide all the necessary directions. She should be somewhere behind the stables, supervising the field hands. Alright then, let's head behind the stables and meet with Gillian. Figure out what we are delivering and where. Hello, Gillian. Well, I'll be. Vion actually found someone willing to lend a hand. Grab one of them burlap sacks over yonder atop the crate, aye. Tain't the most convenient location to be sure, but where else can we store that stinking shite? Nowhere a visiting customer might catch a whiff, that's for sure. Deliver to Nolanel down at Blessed Bud. That's west of here, in case you were wondering. Seems our conjurer friend takes his gardening pretty bloomin' seriously. Alright, well, I am suspicious about what's in these sacks. Apparently it smells. You described it as a steaming pile of shite. And it relates to gardening. Yeah, it's totally manure. We are carrying manure. Absolutely horrendous. Let's get that delivered and out of our hands immediately. That odor. Is that what I think it is? It is indeed. This old flaxen bag contains something soft and warm. Don't describe it like that. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot thank you enough for your kindness. This bounty of chocobo manure shall nourish the plants and ensure their continued growth. Please relay my sincerest thanks to Vion upon your return to Tree Peak Stables. And a word of advice. Wash your hands quickly, lest the cloying stench of feces linger. Yep. God damn it. You couldn't have told me that? They seriously couldn't have told me that I'd be delivering manure? Well, they did say, Wow, Vion actually found someone. Probably the only way they could find someone was to just lie. Or omit, rather. Lying by omission's a thing. Welcome back, friend. I gather from that smell that the task is complete. Oh my, did I neglect to inform you of the sack's contents? I cannot apologize enough. Yeah, shut up, you knew what you were doing. That would certainly explain why you agreed to help when countless others turned their noses up at the idea, so to speak. Well, what's done is done. Please accept this for your troubles along with my thanks. Alright. 10 potions. Nice. I don't think potions help with stench, but I'll take it. Alright, looks like we have wrapped up at Treespeak Stables, so we are now heading all the way back to Hearst Mill. So we can see what those last few quests they have available are. Alright then, first off we have work from, we'll save Ailbert for later, even though technically it's supposed to be the first quest you do in Hearst Mill. We'll save Ailbert for later. Then we're going to work with Linyev first. Hello there, Linyev! Linyev, a quartermaster at Hearst Mill, needs an adventurer to bring her a Glim shroom, a variety of brightly glowing fungus. You have the look of an adventurer. Adventurers love little tasks, do they not? Well, I need you to head into the forest and pick a Glim shroom for me. You haven't the faintest idea what a Glim shroom is, do you? Glim shroom is the common name for a variety of fungus with a unique white phosphorescence. What did you say? A glowing mushroom? Yes, I suppose you could put it that way. There's a colony on the rock face in the southwest of Peace Garden. But do not simply pick the first one you come across. The brightest glowing mushroom you can find, if you please. Well, yes, I would love to be able to harvest Glim shrooms for myself, but there is a small matter of Ixali scouts. Not terribly friendly, those chaps. Off you go, then. Well, then. Alright, that's 2 people here in Hearst Mill who seem not like the most pleasant people to be around. Oh well. Looks like we got some Glim shrooms right here, but I guess these aren't big enough despite how massive they are. Those are like almost 10 feet tall. Probably closer to 8, but still, point is they are tall mushrooms. Though I guess the caps themselves aren't that tall. Alright, nope, we are not doing this fate. You stay away from me, Kurupira, it looks like their name is. Okay, these still aren't the Glim shrooms we want. Oh, these are Glim shrooms. Alright, I see why she didn't just say glowing mushrooms, since there's 2 varieties in this area. Alright, let's go make her delivery, then see what the guard wants us to take care of. And looking at the number of quests available, 1, 2... I know there will be one more quest that unlocks after the, I believe it's Hematophagic Harassment. There will be one more quest that unlocks. But we're almost done. Were you able to find the Glim shroom? I did indeed. Ah, would you look at that glow? Perfect. This will help me mix a potent remedy for the Creeping Death. To forestall the obvious question, the Creeping Death is a deadly plague that once ravaged the Huron population of Gridania. Though it can now be cured through very simple conjuring, it doesn't hurt to have a ready supply of the medicine. After all, out here in Hearsmill, we cannot always rely on a conjurer to be on hand whenever a youngling coughs. Thank the matron for wandering adventures, though, Well, if I'm helping to put together an on-hand medicine, I'm only too happy to help. You could stand to be a little less abrasive, though. A lot of the people here are abrasive. And believe me, that trend is about to continue. Ailbert is testing adventures by asking them to slay midge swarms. Ain't seen your face around here afore. It's my sworn duty to keep the peace in Hearsmill and protect her from them as would do her people harm. If you mean to stay for a spell, you have to prove you can be trusted. Ours ain't a large community, and we've hardly any fighting folk, so there's always a need for battle-savvy types, with all the beasties lurking hereabouts. As it happens, we've been suffering from an outbreak of midges of late. The buggers are driving our patrols to distraction. Now, if you were to exterminate, say, half a dozen swarms, we'd know you for a friend. I feel like I'm being threatened. It's a persistent problem in all of Gridania, and they even acknowledge it. The people in Gridania are just not very friendly at all, and it sucks. Okay, did not mean to attack the microchew. I want to go after the midge swarms. Just gotta hunt 4 more and we'll be good. It died, right? Yes, it counted. Okay. I didn't even hear my attack land, so I was worried for a moment. Alright, now let's get moving before that tree ant gets pissy. And let's go let Ailbert know that we have finished the task. Hello there, Ailbert. You've done us a kindness and proven yourself capable besides. Take this with Hearsmill's thanks. Oh, before you go, I've thought of something else you could do for us. Really now. I guess we have a couple more quests, unless Ailbert needs someone to investigate the area surrounding the Hedgetree. Would you mind going to the Hedgetree and seeing that all's well? Since ancient times, the tree has guarded these woods with her holy presence. Lately, though, we've been hearing reports of Ixal pecking around in her vicinity. No more than scouts, I'd wager, but if they were to lay their filthy hands on the Hedgetree, well, it don't bear thinking about, so I'd be much obliged if you'd head southeast of the Hedgetree and see that no harm has come to her. Oh, and if you chance to encounter any Ixal, send them packing. Be warned, though, the birdmen ain't like to take their leave without a fight. Make sure you go well prepared and keep your eyes peeled, right? Alright then, let's head on down to the Hedgetree, and I really am getting bad vibes. Similar to the Lenosia region, with how they're talking about the Ixal. Alright then, on to the Hedgetree. What do we have here? Any Ixal? I don't see any. Let's stand guard for a moment. There we are, a scout. Who goes down quite easily. Honestly, I can't believe I forgot this quest exists. Shame on me, because this is definitely one of the more... It feels wrong to call this an interesting quest. Because it's go, interact, fight, return. But it's one of those it's one of those quests that gives a little bit of lore about the area, just with the Hedgetree. So it sticks out of my mind a little bit. Unlike, delivering manure. So I feel bad that I forgot about it. So an exile, did ya? Ha! Bloody birds will think twice before coming near our hamlet. The exile once dwelt in the 12's Wood, but long ago they awoke the Green Wrath and were driven out. Needless to say, they weren't best pleased with this. Oh, excuse me, I had a yawn. When us Gridanians took their place here. In fact, it's none other than this resentment what kindled their hatred for us. But I expect I'm boring ya. By defending the Hedgetree, you've once more proven yourself a friend to Hearsmill. If you can spare a moment, I ask that you speak with others in the hamlet. Many of us here could use a hand, and I can think of none better to assist them. Alright, no gear for us to grab, so we'll just grab the money. And here's the quest I was thinking of. Emeria, what do you have for us to do? Emeria of Hearsmill is deeply troubled and can do with the aid of a kindly adventurer. Pardon me, milady, might you be the adventurer of whom Ailbert speaks so highly? If you could but spare a moment. I've never thought myself a popular girl, and men rarely give me cause to believe otherwise. Yet lately I've been the recipient of several gifts. Sparkling jewels and fine silks over which a prouder maid than I would surely swoon, all from an anonymous admirer. Naturally I was flattered, but I knew nothing of my mysterious benefactor. And so I endeavored to seek him out, only to discover that he is none other than Ailbert, an infamous rogue wanted for countless robberies in Gridania. I realize now that all of his presents were taken from others, and that I have unwittingly won the affections of a dangerous criminal. But that's not all. With his latest gift came a request. He insists that we meet in the woods outside of Hearsmill, where he intends to present me with his most precious gift. I am at a loss. I beg of you, milady, will you not go in my stead? I wish only to be left in peace, but I fear a man such as he may be driven to violence when made to hear such words. I pray no harm comes to you. Well, that is definitely concerning, to be targeted by a criminal. Let's go to this meeting and talk with him. She's uncomfortable, so he needs to back off. Simple as that. And of course he's going to get aggressive with us for showing up in her stead. Oh! I didn't mean to hit him that hard. I mean, I should have expected it. I'm 12 levels higher, but I did not mean to hit him that hard. Alright, well, he dropped a letter, so let's go take it back to Emeria, see what she thinks of it. All for naught. I give thanks that you're unharmed at least. A letter for me? Indeed. My dearest Emeria, I pray this letter finds you well. I know my gifts were sudden and many, but I hope they were to your liking. Seeing you in the first summer of your womanhood, I could restrain myself no longer. My thoughts have been only of you these past many moons, of what gifts might bring you happiness. Yet to see you smile from afar is not nearly enough. I long to live together with you in Hearsmill, and nothing would bring me greater joy. I would give you a grand garden filled with the white chamomile you love so. But such dreams can never come true. My crimes are known and will never be forgiven. The most I can hope for is for you to know my heart. That would grant me a measure of peace, and so, if it does not cause you distress, I would write to you again. Yours ever, Ailbert. Okay, that was actually kind of sweet. Like, he even offered, hey, if you're not comfortable with this, I will back off. Thank you for bringing me this letter, Satora. His most precious gift. I understand now. But how did he know my favorite flower? Is Ailbert? No, it can't be. Anyway, we must return the presents to their rightful owners. I know it will not erase this Ailbert's sins, but perhaps the 12 will view it more kindly. Forgive me this final request, but could you go to Gridania and speak with a woman named Mion? You should find her in the Carline Canopy. Tell her of all that transpired here today. She'll know what to do. I'm realizing Mother Mion has the next main scenario quest, so let's hope that we can turn this in before accepting that. Otherwise, might be in a bit of trouble here. But okay, it wasn't really made clear what exactly were Ailbert's crimes, because so far it's just been theft. Which ain't necessarily great, depending on context. But it didn't sound like he was particularly violent or anything. Well, for now, let's just report back to Mion. And yeah, it looks like there are no more quests available for us at this time in the North Shroud. The rest are all for much higher level than we are now. And then I'm also curious, there is a chance that one more quest has appeared over at the Carline Canopy. I'm very curious if it has, because if it has, that will be our last quest for the day. If it has not, then this is our last quest for the day. I'm not entirely certain of what its spawning requirements are, but I think the spawning requirements are to... No, it does not look like it's appeared, so... But I'm pretty sure its spawning requirements involve working at Treespeak Stables. You might also have to start the game in Gridania. Alright, looks like the quest completion is overriding the main scenario quest, so... A message from Emeria of Hearsmill, you say? I see. Oh, Ailbert, you fool. I'll deal with the stolen goods, worry not. Yes, I know of the boy, and his family. He once lived in this very town. One day, he stole a handful of chamomile seeds from an influential merchant in the Ebony Stalls. You see, this boy had a sister, and chamomile was her favorite flower. Seeking only to make his sister happy, I doubt he grasped the gravity of his act. Regardless, his parents felt that he had brought terrible shame to the family, and so they disowned him. Cast out of hearth and home, he grew desperate, and those who think only of survival think little of law. Justifiably so. A common enough tale, perhaps, but no less tragic for it. And now you know the truth. The sister Ailbert loved so dearly as Emeria. Okay, he could have stayed to rewrite that letter a little bit, because it did sound like a love letter. But he just wanted to be with his sister again? Emeria was too young to remember when Ailbert left, so her parents decided to conceal his existence. However, word of the boy's banishment soon spread, and her parents were forced to move to Hearsmill to maintain the fiction. By now, Emeria has surely heard rumors of her long-lost brother, though a gentle girl like her would never question her parents' honesty. And whatever faint memories she once may have had are long gone. But Ailbert has never forgotten Emeria. Despite the danger, I suspect he now keeps close to Gridania, refusing to leave his beloved sister a second time. About that, I think she does remember, and I kinda hit him a little too hard. I'll send Emeria some chamomile seeds by way of thanks for helping us to recover the stolen goods. If only were as simple as returning them to their rightful owners. Sadly, Ailbert's crimes will not be so easily forgiven. But perhaps by the time these seeds have sprouted and their flowers bloomed, he will have found a new path. This quest is a fucking tragedy. Holy shit. I don't like this. At least we've resolved the issue, but god, poor Ailbert. A child kicked out of his house for the minor crime of trying to make his sister happy. Holy shit, the people of Gridania suck! Well then, with that tragedy dealt with, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we are returning to Carpentry to take on our Carpentry level 10 quest. I will see everyone next time as we move on to more productive, well, not more productive, but I guess less depressing events? I'll see everyone next time for that.